also participated in the Police Athletic League, where he coached a CPD-sponsored baseball team. He had a strong impact on the players and their families, which forged bonds that lasted throughout his career. In 2001, Chief Sliwinski was appointed as a task force officer with the United States Drug Enforcement Administration. This assignment involved the investigation, apprehension, and prosecution of narcotics traffickers, development and maintenance of confidential informants, active participation in surveillance and undercover operations, along with the preparation and supervision of operation plans. He was the first CPD officer assigned to this role, and his performance greatly influenced the department's continued commitment of manpower to this task force. In 2002, Chief Sliwinski earned his first promotion to the rank of sergeant. He was assigned to the 2nd and 3rd platoons, functioning as a first-line supervisor, providing leadership and supervision of patrol officers under his command. In 2004, Chief Sliwinski earned his second promotion to the rank of lieutenant. His first assignment was to the patrol division, commanding the 1st and 3rd platoons. In that capacity, he planned and organized police presence at special events, addressed issues and complaints affecting the department, developed patrol strategies, performed regular assessment of officers, and administered the deployment of manpower and the training of officers. In 2005, Chief Sliwinski was assigned as the commander of the Vice Gambling and Narcotics Unit. His duties included the administration and supervision of controlled undercover drug buys, search warrant executions, management of confidential informants, and asset seizure and forfeiture. In 2008, Chief Sliwinski was appointed the Tactical Unit Commander. In this role, he supervised the department's SWAT team and support team, whose duties included training, team assignments, and providing leadership and decision-making during critical incidents. In 2011, Chief Sliwinski earned his third promotion to the rank of captain. He commanded the patrol division, being tasked with the supervision of all 3 shifts, which included 100+ officers. Truly a 24-hour-a-day job. Chief Sliwinski was up to the task, which is considered the most demanding position within the department. Chief Sliwinski also headed the department's awards committee, which included the selection of award recipients and the planning and administration of the annual ceremony and banquet. In 2018, Chief Sliwinski earned his 4th promotion to the rank of Assistant Chief of Police. As second in command and the chief's right-hand man, he was also the department's public information officer and the commander of the administrative side of the department. In this role, Chief Sliwinski also organized and hosted the department's annual memorial service. In 2020, Chief Sliwinski earned his 5th and final promotion to Chief of Police. As the face of the organization, Chief Sliwinski was tasked with managing over 250 sworn and civilian personnel, which included 3 separate unions. He had the ability to always be aware of what was going on inside the department. It was a rare occurrence if you informed him on something that he was not already aware of. Although his time as chief only lasted 17 months, his impact to the department and the town far outweighed that short time period. Chief Sliwinski's highly decorated career included 5 Distinguished Conduct Awards, 7 dives, Chief Sliwinski often planned his vacations around the establishments featured in the episodes. It would not be odd for him to waste a day of vacation driving hours and miles out of his way to indulge in food that was highlighted on the Food Network. Florida was his home away from home, and he often traveled there for relaxation and enjoyment, be it visiting Disney World or fishing in Naples. Chief Sliwinski would make the trip south several times a year, and often talked about his plan to retire to the Sunshine State. Chief Sliwinski you so much for the beautiful tribute.